What's up guys? Hope you're all doing very well. So this video is inspired by a YouTube channel that I've been watching a lot of recently. It's called MrBallen, and for those of you that may not be familiar, the presenter over there, whose name is John, tells these true crime and other nonfiction stories, and he just has a very fun and engaging way about him. In fact, he uses these semi-exaggerated hand movements, which I absolutely love, and I kind of want to emulate that in this video. So that's also why I'm dressed like this. I think he pulls it off just a little bit better. But this is also going to be the first piece of writing that I've done for this channel, so definitely let me know what you think. Now, while it is true that I'm somewhat new to creating ASMR videos on YouTube, I've actually been watching them for a very, very long time, and I remember when they first started popping up, in fact. So that is what this story is going to touch upon. One of the first ASMR creators on YouTube that I really, really loved. So, sit back and relax. Now be sure to listen to the entire story because it has an ending even I didn't expect. And I'm calling this story The Greatest ASMR Artist Who Never Was. So I hope you guys enjoy, and let's get into it. For this story, we are going to be transported back over a decade ago, long before the events of our current times, and when my shoulder wouldn't pop for no reason. At the time, creators were only scratching the surface of what was possible, barely coming to grips with what to even call the feeling that they were trying to cultivate with these videos. So much was unknown that anything that could be done to further this understanding would have been cutting edge. The video quality was poor, and the audio was even worse. In fact, many people felt too embarrassed to even show their faces on camera. It would be in this landscape that creators would begin to find their footing, slowly experimenting and evolving what we would come to know today as the standard construction of ASMR. While these videos are well worn today, albeit just as effective, one could be entertained by just seeing who would be the first to push their creativity to the next level. These early ASMR artists were the ones who paved the way, some of which you may even still watch to this day. While the tools of the trade, for the most part, have remained unchanged, the improvements, especially in camera technology, just can't be denied. For the most part, everyone would record on pixelated webcams and whatever microphones they had on hand. And I mean whatever microphones, however poor they were. High definition was merely a pipe dream, and it would be years before a standard of audio quality would be adopted. So common were videos being posted without stereo audio that my left ear loved this would echo throughout the comments. It was at this time that the classic ramble video would be born, spanning a wide range of topics, but the voice always front and center. Some creators using soft speaking while others whispered. It was in these early days that viewers were both excited to be experiencing a feeling that they couldn't quite explain, as well as intrigued to get a glimpse at each other's lives. It would be in this setting that one man would emerge, unsure of himself in the craft at first, but becoming increasingly more confident on the microphone in every video. His voice a perfect blend of the English accent and intonation. ASMR wouldn't be the only thing posted on this channel, however. Whisper videos would appear in between shorter guitar tracks. Chances are you've never heard of him. In fact, most people haven't, for just as quickly as he started posting, he would stop. His name is Chris, but he was better known as Whispering Pilot. I believe that had he continued making ASMR videos, we would instead know him as the greatest of all time. For the overwhelming majority of us, it takes practice, confidence, and a consistent effort to get better at making these videos. But Chris was a different breed, natural from the start, and even though he wouldn't continue ASMR, there was no doubt that he was talented. a few years would pass and I would still put on his videos before going to bed each night. In fact, I would become so familiar with every video posted that I had them completely memorized. Until one day, and without warning, I went to his YouTube channel and all of his ASMR videos were just completely gone. Perhaps I should have made backups of videos that were so important to me, but it also feels wrong to take someone else's work. Instead, I would reach out to Chris by email and tell him how much I enjoyed his videos, and if there's any way he'd consider sending them to me separately. Unfortunately, not only were they unavailable on YouTube, but in the time that had passed, Chris no longer had the computer that these videos were saved on. So just like that, a complete dead end. To this day, you can still find a few comments from people like me who really enjoyed Chris's videos and wondered where they had gone. Normally, that's where our story would end. Just another channel floating into YouTube oblivion. ASMR would slowly continue its evolution and come into what we would know and love today, which brings me to some research that I did while writing this piece. Without any hope, I checked Chris's channel one last time just to be thorough. It was on a guitar video where someone had asked if he was still playing music. I was incredibly surprised to see a reply from only a few months ago that just said, "This is my new channel." So, of course, I had to check that out. Surely this mystery that I've been trying to solve for so long wouldn't just come unraveled so easily, would it? Immediately, I could see that this account was different. There were no ASMR videos in sight. Instead, they were replaced with almost daily streams from this game called Scum. And while I'm not exactly sure what the game is about or how to play, I clicked on the first video that I saw. And it would only be moments later where I would hear a voice that I had not heard in many, many years. I tuned in for a little while, and while I can say I don't think this game is for me, Chris is now a full-time streamer, and I actually really enjoyed his videos, and it's always nice to see someone pursuing something that they're passionate about. If you'd like to check out Chris's current channel, it's called Raykit. That's R-A-Y-K-I-T, all one word, and you can tell him I sent you. So guys, that is going to do it for this one. I hope that you enjoyed, and as always, I will see you again in another video very soon. What's up guys? Hope you're all doing very well. So this video is inspired by a YouTube channel that I've been watching. Oh my god. It's just talking. I haven't scripted. Oh my goodness. Oh, this is hard. Okay.